Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Outrageous. And it is outrageous, friends, because tonight is Saturday night. And we are doing a live stream. By God. Are we not? So, I hope that you are well. I am well. I hope that you smell. I hope that you smell well, if you will, and even if you won't. How is everybody? You okay? Please let me know if you are here. Welcome, Juro. Welcome, Paroli, and Michael Harness. Seems like we have the stream to ourselves for the time being. How are you? Tell me what fragrance you are wearing. Tell me what you are doing. Tell me all the things. Hello, Spaced Out. Today, my friends, I wore a... Do I want to call it a vintage? I'm not sure that I do want to call it a vintage. John Hodge and generic perfume-related channel name, hello. MJ, welcome to you and Juro. Spaced Out is watching Grizzly Man documentary. Man, that dude was a dumbass. Is that the one who got eaten by a bear? Because he was a dumbass. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Welcome, Andy. How are you? It's nice to see you. How are you keeping? I'm keeping all right. Oh! It's Pradeep with a pumpkin. But I already have a pumpkin. Well, it's not my pumpkin. Today's pumpkin was provided by the gardeners. Mr. and Mrs. G. I could not carve something so spectacular. Not a big pumpkin fan, actually. I'm a fan of other people's pumpkins, just not my own. You know? When I try to make stuff with my hands, it usually just... The only thing I make with my hands is a mess, to be honest with you. Drawn by Scent, you are washing dishes. Scent of the day is Acacapa Muschio Bianco. Fair play. John G, I am here, lurking. Wearing excess over yesterday's dry down of Desandra. Desandra does have that capability, does it not? No money, no patoo. Welcome, Rabbit. Generic channel name likes big pumpkins. I bet you do. Probably was wearing Tilda Swinton. This is a pumpkin perfume, it is. Mr. S is wearing Richard James Savile Row, first edition. I have not smelled that. Westernude went with Koros today. I thought I might go with Koros today, but I thought better of it, and I went with another Dior because I wore a Dior yesterday as well. And today I went with Fahrenheit Absolute. I finally figured out how complex Bois de Zile is. Could be my signature, better than Coromandel. Ooh, you're a big fan there, Spaced Out. No, it's the white or yellow florals that are in Coromandel that I don't like. Which is a shame. But I just don't. Wearing Amouage Tribute to Tar today. Good chill weather for it. One won't do. Welcome to you, One Won't Do. How are you? Please come in and make yourself comfortable. Is this your debut? One Won't Do? I don't think I've seen you before. I might have. Starting to lose track. Oh, Erica has some pumpkins. Big round pumpkins. Juro Savile Row has really nicely done unusual. Was a really nicely done unusual one, says Juro. Michael Harness is wearing Canadian Gentleman by Matthew Mellig. André Coutard. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I have 80s Bois d'Azil, and so far, after 3 or 4 rounds, I don't get much complexity, yet it reminds me of Samsara. I have Samsara and love it. I don't see the point in owning vintage Samsara and Bois d'Azil. I actually prefer the eau de parfum of Samsara because there's less florals and more thick sandalwood. Rich, have you smelled Towers AT at all? Is that the oud one? Because it smells like a rubber tyre. Bah! Bah! Not my favourite Andy Tower effort, that I must admit. I like Samsara better, though. Yes, I like Samsara better. Happy spooky day to Rich and chat. Welcome, Rudy. Happy spook to you, too. Don't get too frightened. I got too frightened once. Hair fell off. That is the story of my baldness. Fortunately, the face managed to keep a hold of itself. So I've got beard, but no hair. I think I will get vintage Samsara EDP 30ml for 90 euros on Parfumo. It's not a bad price, that. I've got some vintage Samsara EDPs, but to be fair, I haven't worn enough of it yet. Like, I should really wear it more often. I've been threatening to wear Sycamore EDT again. I haven't made my mind up about it yet, to be honest. I really like it. I think it's obviously better than Encre Noir, but I don't know. Scent of the day is Kiehl's Original Musk. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Let's have a look here. What do we have? Sometimes the old ways are the best ways. I have put a dent in this, but it's been a while, I must admit. I mean, it's got dust on it and all sorts. Dear me. Behave, Rich. Get the dust off it. We can't have that. Don't like a dusty bottle. It's not a good sign. Kiehl's Original Musk. It was Cascade Scents. It was Cascade Scents that put me onto this. It reminds me a bit of White Musk by The Body Shop, but it's fantastic. On my friend Richie G, that it gets this slightly boozy aspect. It's outrageous, like a rum, like a sweet boozy kind of thing comes out on him, which is outrageous. Excuse me, whilst I hydrate. Someone bought that vintage Bois d'Azil. I am not surprised. Michael Harness, off to town. Love to all. Cheers, Michael Harness. See you soon. Generic perfume-related channel name said, I heard Eau de Erica's pumpkins are enhanced. Oh, no. That is not what we want to see. If they are indeed enhanced, it's been a good job. Somebody's done a good job, because they don't look... Some tits are shit tits. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than shit tits. Well, hers don't seem to appear enhanced, but I wouldn't put it past her. She's all about the fame. You're going to watch your Brit Brother Fury fight tonight? Unlikely. I don't like those kind of crossover things, because Ngannou's a shit boxer. Like, compared to a professional boxer, possibly one of the top 5, well, definitely one of the top 5 boxers active in the world today. You know, like a proper boxer. Like, if it was MMA, Ngannou would thrash him. If it was, if it's boxing, Fury should thrash him. Like, I remember watching, like, I've never paid, like, I don't pay for boxing pay-per-views. Honestly, nobody should. I'm not saying that anybody here does or should, but don't, because it's theft. They're thieving. They're not real fights. They're gimmicks. I remember watching Floyd versus Logan Paul, or was it was it Jake Paul? It was one of the Pauls, and it was appalling that Floyd didn't fuck him up in the first round. I mean, the kid shouldn't have really lasted a couple of minutes with him, you know. I think Floyd hit him with like a jab or something in like the last round, and the kid nearly buckled. You know what I mean? It was. I get why Floyd did it and does it, but it's not good enough. Not for me. I don't want to remember Floyd like that. I want to remember the Floyd that beat Oscar De La Hoya. I want to remember the Floyd that beat Ricky Hatton. All of my friends were behind Ricky Hatton, and I was like, I will bet every single one of you separately £100. There was like 7 or 8 of them, and they're like, oh, Ricky Hatton's going to win. And I was like, no, he's not. Floyd's going to take him into the deep water, and he's going to do him in the last 3 or 4 rounds. I actually thought he would do him quicker than 10. I didn't think Pacquiao would. I didn't think Pacquiao would do Hatton in 2 rounds. But I wasn't surprised to see Floyd thrash. I want to remember the Floyd of yore. You know what I mean? Like, I just love the fact that he never got punched in the head. Apart from Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley and somebody else clipped him once as well. But I remember Shane Mosley uppercutted him and nearly put him into orbit. Greetings, Divine. You are wearing Killian's Black Phantom. Ooh. That is also, I have a small kind of decant bottle, I want to say. Hold on. Behave. Here it is. I got this when I bought a bottle of the night off the SA with the grate behind. I need to get original musk, like a nice musky perfume. It's very classic, clean musk. I don't get any filth on me. Oh yeah, it doesn't stand a chance. Yeah, I think those crossovers just don't do it for me. Hello, Peter. Hello, Dushan. Greetings, friends. I just wanted to say hi to all of you. I'm in a clubbing, enjoying with friends. Great night in this bar. Scent of the night. Diaghilev. Ciao, ragazzi. Cheers, Dushan. Have a good time. Rudy has 3 links. Ooh. Do you watch cricket, Duck? Yes and no. So I like a good test match, and I like a good test match in the middle of the night. You know, like when, like in the English winter, when we go to places like Australia and Sri Lanka and New Zealand and stuff, and like the test match starts at like 11 o'clock at night. I like a bit of that. I like watching it through the day as well. In the English winter, although I'm not the most avid watcher of cricket, I must admit. I've liked it more as I get older. Hi, KM. Floyd is the GOAT. Hello, Stephs. Lane says, Alicia Ashley Musk, it's a fantastic cheap fragrance that has a lovely unisex musk. So underrated. Mousse de Sable is the best musk on the market right now, says Paroli. Divine says he was sampling Clive Christian's Town and Country yesterday. Reminded me of Sergio's Golden Green. Think masculine scent with a prominent cardamom. Mousse de Sable is indeed amazing. Boxing and MMA has become a bit of a circus lately. Yeah, like fucking John Fury popping up. It's just everybody talking. People talk too much. There's not enough boxing. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's got to be a little bit of talking because it helps sell, but I like watching fighters fight. You know? This mini bottle looks like Killian ones. It is a Killian one. It's a 20ml decant of Black Phantom. Very kindly provided to me by the sales associate once I bought a bottle of the night. And I'm quite like, I think I like the bottle more than I like the scent. The bottle's sensational. Absolutely fantastic. It's one thing I would have liked to have done. I wouldn't have mind being like a glass maker, someone who makes stuff out of glass, obviously. Bloody hell. A glass blower. Not sure I'd want that on my CV, though. Professional blower, you know? Sound like I work on OnlyFans or some shit like that. Rich, do you ever play snooker or watch it on the TV? Used to. Struggle. I would struggle to play snooker. I don't really watch much on the TV. Again, for me, that's quite a good middle of the night sport, because they play all over the world. Like, they'll play in deepest China, you know, or they'll play in Australia, or they'll play, I'm sure if they could, they would play in Africa or South America. So it's really good for like the middle of the night. And it's obviously very relaxing watching snooker. You rarely get like frightening moments in the snooker, you know? There can be high drama, but it's very quiet and laid back and stuff like that. Excuse me. Any thoughts on Dior Millie Laforet? Personally, no. I've tried it a couple of times. Very floral. Not a massive fan. Bob Ono is your man for that. If you search Bob's channel name and then put Millie or Millie Laforet in there, he will be able to tell you to no end. I think it's his favourite one. Hi, Elaine. Yes, I have the Alyssa Ashley. Also a bit obscure. Pinot Silvestre Black Musk is nice. Built-in sprayer version, slightly funky and floral. Flunky and floral. I keep testing him and can wait, and it considerably grew on me. Every time it gets on my skin, I enjoy it more than the last time. I tried it on skin this week, and I think I'm going to leave that fragrance alone. I know Eugene's just bought it, and he's absolutely loving it. You know what I mean? But it's not for me. It's not my type of fragrance, I don't think. It's a little bit musky. It's a little bit Jean-Claude Elena. It's a little bit clovey, musky. There's some austerity to it. It's a little bit, I don't want to say bland, because it's not bland, but it's not doing much for me, if I'm being honest. Boxing is great, and Duck is the GOAT. I wouldn't like to be a boxer, like fucking hell. I like watching it, though. Black Phantom smells too gourmandy for me. It is the coldest of nights only, says Spiced Out. I kind of get what you mean. I think it gets a little sickly, you know? I get a little bit of sickliness to it. Makes us feel a bit nauseous, a bit queasy. As long as you don't start talking out your glass, Rich, some people would say that boat has sailed. Yes, intoxicated. What is your favourite Frederick Mall, Rich? And chat also, says Andre. It's not easy. Maybe Geranium Pour Monsieur at the minute. But I like I've got loads of them. Music for a While I really like. You know? I think Music for a While is really nice. A little bit strange with that caramel in it. Did you watch the game? I watched some of it. We looked fucking knackered, like. Absolutely battered. And he wouldn't make any substitutions, and it was like, what are you doing? Do something. Welcome, Omar. And Fleur de Cassis is great. I was telling my friend about Un Fleur de Cassis today. Costume National Homme Parfum. It's a wordy title, that, isn't it? There's a lot of syllables going on in there. L'Eau d'Hiver could be my favourite if it lasted longer. Noir Piece. I'm genuinely thinking of selling my Noir Piece, my vintage Noir Piece. It's pre-Estee Lauder, but it's post matte black cap. I really like geranium pour monsieur. It smells so effortless, like you just squeezed on geranium and Moroccan mint leaves in your hands. Yeah. Monsieur for me, says Mike. I still struggle to wrap me head. I mean, I ended up buying a bottle and I'm pleased I did, but hell of a fragrance. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Mal sucks. I don't like any of them. Mal is for the boomer, says Divine. Good grief. I think Jura said that BP relies heavily on vetiver. BP. 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 Oh, God. It's going to be so obvious when you tell us what Black Phantom. Is that Black Phantom? Sorry. I thought you meant like British Petroleum. Doug, can you speak on some Chanel 19 and Cristal EDT? I need a Doug overview. Cristal, yes. Number 19, less so. But I really, really like... Cristal. Which Cristal have I got? I think I might have the eau de parfum, you know. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Where are you? There you are. What are you? Yes, it's the eau de parfum. I really like this stuff. This will be getting worn in the... This will be getting worn in the spring. Oh. Yeah, Jura Rose. Jura Rose knows his stuff, so I'm not going to sit there and tell him he doesn't know how to suck eggs, but... I don't know if I smell a lot of vetiver. Rose and Queer is very good. Not a fan of Rose and Queer. I was never a fan. I'm not a massive fan of Jean-Claude Lehner. I think he's massively overrated. I just think he's a bit pants. I keep trying geranium pour monsieur, but I can't get past the mouthwash thing. I won't give up just yet, though. So it's drawn by scent. I understand that, actually. I do understand that. Fortunately, I've managed to get past it myself. But I do get it. Kind of wanted to like it, you know. Just like close my eyes, one foot in front of the other, keep going, get through it, wear it a lot. It's brilliant in the heat. I have not, but I've only heard good things about the brand, says Parolo. Black Phantom, yes. Kills are way too sweet. I feel that's just like Killian strikes me as a slightly juvenile brand. Like the names, we obviously know the names. Even the people who like the brand have got to concede some of the names are absolutely fucking laughable. And then some of them are like sensible and like better, but I'm not massive on the Killian thing. I kind of liked them at first. The first few times I smelled them, and I was like, "Ooh, I might buy these." And then I just sort of thought, "Nah." Oh dear, what's happening? Why am I yawning so much? Hello, Regis Moncton. How are you? Hello. Is Chanel Cristal similar to Issey Miyake A scent? Oh, I don't think I've ever smelled Issey Miyake A scent. So forgive us, but I don't think I can tell you. And I won't just bullshit and make it up. I would imagine that the Chanel smells a lot better because it's Chanel, and I would imagine that that's the case. Oh, it's so clever. Sometimes I get like a urinal sort of vibe from it. You know, like urinal cake. Oh, sometimes I don't. A co-worker wears Black Phantom and it's nauseating at times. Yeah. I'm going to smell some stuff on strip. I got samples here on the side for liquides. Oh, fuck me. Liquides imaginaires. Il Poupre and Artiste Anima Dulcis. I beg your pardon. Sound like a child learning how to read. Why did I order this Il Poupre sample? Smells like grandma. Some people want to smell like their grandma. I put Iris Blue Gris by Metro Parfumi Elegante on my friend today, and she said it smelled like a grandma. She said it smelled like a very, very homosexual man. And I was like, well, fortunately, there are a lot of homosexual men who like perfume, so I'll be sure to tell them if they ask me for a recommendation ever. I need to get a sampler followed by kerosene. I've read about all the stories. I've got a sample here, and I haven't got round to it yet because I don't like it. It's got this foul curry kind of thing. It's like curry, like having a curry and then washing it down with a coffee. You know what I mean? And then burping. That's what it smells like. Do you know what I mean? Or having a coffee and then washing it down with a curry and then burping. Either way, take your pick. Just not nice. Listerine pour monsieur, says Mike. Welcome, Mike. How you doing? I hope you're well. It's been a while, has it? Has it been a while? You have to like cashmere in though, which I don't. I got the EDT in the skinnier rectangular bottle. Duck, how old is that bottle of Cristal and how is it? It's quite old. Got it from Anoush. I want to say 90s, maybe. And it's great. Your anal. Richie, welcome, Bob. We were talking about Millie Laferret before, and I told someone to get in touch with you. I wore the gorgeous Ensemble Mythique last night. It's way too feminine for me. Dry down, outstanding. It's not too feminine for me, you know. I love it. I love it. In fact, I'm going to need to whip this shit out because it's pouring down here recently. And, a little bit dry. I don't know if there's real ambergris in this. They've said there's real ambergris in it, and I want to believe it, but it's so good. It's so good. It's so almost gothic. It feels like you're trapped underwater, and I don't want to say you're drowning, but you're going down. You know what I mean? You're not coming up, you're going down underwater. It's got this overcome kind of, but a serenity to it as well. You know? It's very... We were talking about the last great girl on the other day, and I'd said, like L'instant for men. And somebody said, what about Ensemble Mythique? And I thought, yes. Yes, I think you're right. It could very well be on Vetiver from Dior at the moment, says Micah. Stephen Killian Dark Wood now. She got a bottle on Black Friday since Spray will have them at 30% off. Still €170 for 50 ml though, which is a shame. Good grief. With 30% off and it's €170. But perfume prices are scandalous at the minute. It really is shocking. They need to fucking behave themselves putting their prices up. You know? Aloha, Scott Bear. Nice autumn day in the Bay Area, starting out with Le Troisième Homme de Caron. Beautiful. I wear that in the spring, on cold spring days. That is like an amber fougere type thing. And I really love it for cool spring days. I suppose you could wear it on cool autumn days as well, when it's not too cold. I mean, we've been getting cold weather here. Cold, dark. Bilbo, where the fuck are you been? How you doing? You have been missed on the other channel. Sorry, I just saw him pop up there and I was like, you. Where have you been? Scared with. Scared with. Didn't know where you've been. We've been looking for you. Lily's been worried sick. There we go. Get on some Mythique up there. Anyway, Dark Wood is probably Killing's most offensive fragrance. Good grief. There's 100% real ambergris in Ensemble Mythique. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is myself, but I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't as well. Bilbo, you missed the ending, sir. Sampling Feeling Agile, and it keeps reminding me of Herman from Eldo and the Dry Down. Ooh. No too femme for you. I thought it would be for you too. Not too femme for me. No, I love it. I think it wears. It could be skin chemistry. You never know. It might just come off too femme on you, and it might not come off too femme on me. Like I sprayed Iris Blue Grey on my friend today, and she was like, "Ooh, that's very." She was like, "That's very like gay man kind of fragrance, like soft, creamy, like elevated, like old grandma kind of smell." You know, like came out with all these kind of points, which it did when you smelled it on her. That's exactly what it smelled like, and I sprayed it on me, and the top was completely different. It had the lemon. You didn't get the lemon on her. You didn't get the bergamot on her. You didn't get that sharpness on her. But you did on me. So I found that quite interesting. I recently did a cheeky blind buy again and got Avon Black Suede Real. Varanus Rodari would be very impressed. Smells very much like Uncut Gem. I would not be impressed if it smelled like Uncut Gem. I think it's going to become nephew's Christmas present. Well done. Vasa posted a photo of the ambergris in it. Yes, he did. I remember that. I remember Eugene mentioning that. To me, Ensemble Mythique is not gothic at all. It really smells really luxurious and big. You can get that from gothicness, but like old school luxurious. You know, like big stones of like sandstone and like gothic architecture and gothic homes, castles and shit like that. You know, big Baroque carpets and stuff. You know. Also, Mythique, like walking through a graveyard by the coast. That's a good shout. Welcome, DJ. The girl on Iris Extra is apparently very nice, claims Pradeep. Yes, you told me this as well. I'd be surprised if it wasn't just packed full of amber woods. But I'm happy to be wrong. I hope I am wrong. Ensemble is so enormous. It is a fat perfume, no doubt. Intoxicated is the only Killian I own, says Carl. Might have a travel thing of Black Phantom somewhere as well. Boo, says Bilbo. Bilbo, you missed the ending. No vegan ambergris like vegan castoreum. Does she always think of gay men? No, I don't know. Maybe, actually. I got 5 Killians. If they didn't put up the prices so much, I'd have more, says Divine. That is a good reason not to buy more, to be fair. Doug, I know you like private blend Beau de Jour. Don't want to pay the prices. Do you still recommend it in the signature line, or should I pass? Well, they replaced the high-end patchouli that is in it for amber woods, which is why they can sell it much cheaper. So I don't recommend the signature line. But if you like it, if you try it and you like it, you buy it. You know. But I think they exchanged the patchouli. That's what it smells like. They've changed the patchouli out for amberwood to give the darkness instead. And the patchouli in the Beau de Jour signature is so good. Also, my seat smells like dolphin skin. Less fishy though. Nick N, welcome to you. How are you? Uncut Gem just makes me think of an uncircumcised duck. An uncircumcised duck. Oh no. Good evening, Nick. What a way to come in through the door. Graveyard smells like pink lipstick and creamy wood, says Bob. No, I didn't finish the game. I'm on chapter 5. I've just landed on Guarma. Peter's the only reviewer for me who made any fragrance by Killian sound appealing when he reviewed Sacred Wood. Good sandalwood, he said, says John Hodge. I remember Peter doing that. He reviewed quite a few sandalwoods. He had the Sacred Wood and then put some of his own sandalwood in it, didn't he? Current Sacred Wood is appalling. I tend to agree. The vintage one, like Apple Brandy, the vintage one was actually like really quite bearable and quite like was appealing, whereas the modern one is just like what? It smells like. You remember? Have you ever had apple hubba bubba? You know when you first bite into it, and it's sort of like you have like spasms in your neck, and you're like, what's going on? You know, you lose control of like everywhere above your chest. Your shoulders start doing bits. Your tongue like starts like trying to penetrate the roof of your mouth, and your fucking chin is trying to fucking bite your nipple. Like, it's got that kind of vibe to it. Smelling the Shawnee Mana on strip at the minute. Niche take of Ombre Nomad. 50ml for €525. They're going to keep trying to charge these prices until people just stop fucking buying them, you know. Do you like Muscat Ravageur by FM? Still worth getting, even though it's reformulated? So I'm not a massive fan of Muscat Ravageur. I'm not the world's biggest musk fan. Clean, dirty, and everything in between. I'm not a huge musk fan. I like some musks, don't get us wrong, such as original musk. But I could not sit here and honestly tell you that I could recommend the new one to you. Go and smell it yourself. See what you think. And have you tried anything by Dixit and Zach? No. But, yes. Sorry. And I thought it was really nice. But, and it's a big but, I was in touch with them when they did their first run of Rising My Soul. They had 2 bottles left. And they said, do you want one? And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll come back to you next week when I've got some money. And I went back and they were like, sorry mate, it's sold out. I could have had one of the first runs, one of the last 2 bottles of the first run. Silly boy. Current Apple Brandy is just an Ambroxan heavy sort of style fragrance. It's still great in my opinion, just performance blows. I wasn't a fan of it. It was just a bit, I don't know what they did to it, but it just took it from the right side of the line to the wrong side of the line for me, you know. Sebastian's Kelly and Love Don't Be Shy rant is hilarious. I mean, can I remember that? No. I want to know more about Gupta's Encens Flamboyant. Well, I'm trying to get Fliss, or have been trying to get Fliss, to come on and discuss incense, which is her, I think it's her speciality. I hope she wouldn't mind us saying that. Encens Flamboyant, right, is like this kind of, it's an incense, but it's got like an ambery resinous kind of facet as well. Think, how can I put it? Think like, how can I put it? Let's smell it. So think Unum Laos by Filippo Sorcinelli, right? Lots and lots of incense, but with that kind of, instead of elemi, it's got like a different kind of green resin sort of thing. And it's a little bit peppery, a little bit spicy. It's beautiful. Oh, fucking behave thyself, you shit. I think it was Patchouli Pappy who was talking about Au Cours du Desert the other day, and I thought I might wear that. Oh, it's really good. I've seen the word Aventus somewhere in the chat. Let's have a look at you. I just found 3ml of uncut gem. Call the police immediately. If I ever have enough of Must 25, I will send you a sample. I got 2 times 10ml decants of it from Parfumo the other day. We'll use carefully. Bilbo, I just bought Aventus for the first time and I enjoy it. That musk dry down is wonderful. Good for you, Bilbo. I've had 2 bottles and sold them, both for twice as much as I paid for them, and still they were bargains. Apparently, according to the people who fucking bought them, They were like, oh, thanks for the price. And I was like, oh, I've doubled my money here. What are you talking about? And they were like, yeah, that's the state of the Aventus market. What new frags are you looking to check out? I don't know if there's any new frags that I'm looking to check out, but at the minute I'm currently doing I'm in the midst of a first impression series on Metro Parfumi Elegante, and it's pretty great. So there might be some purchases. Ahoy. I smelled the new Aventus Absolute. I thought it was good, but not worth the price. More than a year, you say, about Fliss. Hasn't been quite a year, but it's been a while. Manny Cascade was accosted by mosquitoes wearing apple brandy, then sold it. That'll do it, like. I only buy Creed testers, though, with the cat if I can save some dollar. I agree. Don't be afraid to buy testers. Don't be afraid to save money, friends. Don't be afraid to save money. I would say the signature line of Beau de Jour is worth it. You can find it pretty cheap here in Sweden, and there are not a lot of testers, and a lot of scents like it nowadays. No, if you like it, then you think it's worth it. You buy it. It's your money. Smelling bamboo harmony, it reminds me a little bit of Wulong Cha now that I own Wulong Cha. How is Wulong Cha? I've always been interested by that. Today I'm wearing Amouage Beach Hut Woman. Yesterday I wore Calvin Klein Euphoria Amber Gold for Men, says Regis. Euphoria Amber Gold for Men. Have I smelled that? Today I'm wearing Amouage Beach Hut. Oh, sorry, I've read that. Interesting. I really like Unum. So Encens Flamboyant could be something. Unum Labs, yes, or Laos. I've been told in no uncertain terms that it's pronounced Laos. I have to get used to calling it that. Ooh, Audrey Jane. This is a nice surprise. Welcome. How are you doing? How are you? How is your baby? I've been hooked on Nikolai Patchouli Intense for months. Do you know, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of Nikolai, actually. I don't know why. There's something about them that just jars. There is something about them that just jars, and I don't know what it is. Testers are your friends, says Mike. Yes, they are. How do you spell the name of that house you just said you're doing a first impression of? I will put this in there. Metro Parfumier et Gantier. There you go. Bebe is sleeping. Oh, thank God. It's always nice when they sleep. They're cute when they don't make any noise, aren't they? Oolong Cha is a nice aromatic tea fragrance. To me, it's the best in its class. There are plenty that try to imitate it, but they just end up synthetic citrus like MFK's Aqua Media. Hello, Rich. Hello, everyone. Simply is Lunston de Guerlain EDT. Welcome, Pat Lester. I have a few tea fragrances which I like considerably more than anything I've ever smelled from what they're called. Nishane. Really disappointed by Sultan Vetiver. If it just continued on the way it opens, I'd be delighted. My only perfume in my collection is Escara Magnetism. Escara Casual Friday with no cap, and I feel incomplete without it. Buy an empty bottle. Apparently the labels on the new Cristal bottles are wonky. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That's not very Chanel-like, is it? I have got a bottle of Cristallo Vert over there in its bag, in its box, all wrapped up with a bow. And I have, which I think I'm going to bust out next spring and summer, probably more summery. And then I have this Cristal, which I'm going to bust out in the spring. This is a vintage one, though. But Chanel putting wonky labels out is not very much fun. Oh, Mentholated iris and greenness. A rare treat. Cristal Heaven. Actually, these days it's very Chanel-like. Brand is cheapening out big time. I think they're getting ready for a sale. It's the same thing Creed did. That's what they do. Brands cheapen out to make. So what they do is they build up a reputation, or they get like a big cash cow, and then what they do is, oh my god, just fit like a normal bottle of perfume, man. And then what they do is that they start to cheapen everything else to make the bank balance look better, right? And then the accounts look better, so everybody's more interested in buying the brand. But the quality goes down, and before anybody else realizes what's happening, the brand's been sold. You know what I mean? Hope Chanel is not going downhill also. Only Hermes remains. Well, I don't think Hermes has any intention of... going for a sale, but apparently the Wertheimers, their sons and their families just aren't interested in owning the brand, you know, owning or running it. So we could very well see the back of them. Hope Chanel is not going downhill. I wore number 19 the other day and somebody told me I smelled like fags. Oh no. Oh no. Could see most brands cutting corners these days. Yep, trying to keep the profit margin wide. Trying to keep that profit margin as wide as humanly possible. Chanel was always a byword for quality, like, but quality isn't the order of the day anymore. It's brand recognition. You know what I mean? It's brand recognition. Good evening, Manly Sense. Hear their $5,000 bags fall apart. Yeah, I've heard that. I've Jacob been complaining about the quality of their produce for a while now. You know, that's a 2004 Honda Civic 5K. I mean, I paid $3,500 for my Impreza, which I'm pretty chuffed with. It's a lot of car for the money. It's a diesel as well. It's everything I want. It's like basically it's a small family hatchback with a fucking 4-wheel drive and a diesel engine. I'm fucking chuffed. It's perfect for what I need it for, and it's got heated seats, which is just brilliant for me back. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I was just wondering if you enjoyed the perfume The Moon. No, I had a bottle and sold it. Amber Woods. I liked it at first, and then I just sold it. The Amber Woods became too apparent. Hermes, their current scents are very fleeting, and the H24 is a joke. I hated H24. I really didn't like H24. Like a metallic green thing. A shockingly good vetiver pickup of late is Ancre Noir Sport. Easy on the wallet too. The grapefruit note works really well with it. I agree. But I would also say that is best for spring and summer. I've got the other two as well. So I've got Ancre Noir and I've got Ancre Noir à l'extrême. They're both brilliant. It's a hell of a lot of money for the fucking... It's a hell of a lot of perfume for the money. You know? You get a lot of perfume for the money with them. Hatchbacks are the best. Certainly are. I've just ordered Ancre Noir Sports. Is that Western? Have you ever sampled Le Gallienne? Yes, thanks to Jura Rose, I have sampled Le Gallienne. And Le Gallienne is is pretty good. I wanted to try and buy their samples, but they're very hard to get a hold of. I was on the website a while ago. I had a list of ones that I wanted to get, and then what happened is that they didn't have them in stock. So I was like, well, what the fuck? How am I supposed to buy them? Have you ever sampled the gal? Yes, sorry. I have 3 Chanel bags, says Audrey Jane. One from 1986, that's nearly as old as me. One from 2005 and one from 2012. Like most things, the quality of the vintage bags are phenomenal, yes. I don't know why I have them. I'm too scared to use them now, says Audrey Jane. Oh, no. You think someone's going to snatch them? Have you got them insured? I would. Like, if you live in a big city, there's no point. Well, a big city down south anyway, especially London, you can't wear any signs of wealth. Otherwise, you're just going to get it taken off you. Uncle Noir, probably the best vet of a line, all things considered, says Micah. I pray that Encre Indigo is great. I hope it is as well. Mike says, the original Encre Noir used to be my least fave of the 3. Now it's my fave. Weird how that happens. It is weird how it happens. You can stop, you can smell something, not like it, come back to it 6 months or a year later and just think it's absolutely amazing. The leak is superb. If anyone is interested in a Seal 100mm homage à la home, hit me up, says KMKM. Encre Noir is a lot of bang for buck from discounters. Let's not forget the gross majority of people pay full retail. That's a good point. Has anybody ever seen how much Encre Noir is full retail? Last time I checked, it was 105, and that was a while ago. I would be guessing it's more like 120 now. Yeah, all my bags are insured, but I just feel with how they've hiked the prices up, it's just asking for trouble. Yeah. It's one of those things. I mean, your bags are going to go up in price. They're going to increase in how much you can sell them for. It's just, I mean, all you're doing really then is you've got them at home. They're like fucking wallpaper in the end, aren't they? They just sort of sit there, you know, and you look at it and you say, that's nice wallpaper. You know, you can look at it and you can't fucking do anything with it. Thoughts on Fragrance du Bois? Anything worth sniffing? I think they are a influencer brand. I think they are overpriced. I think that they smell nice, but you would do well to avoid them. I don't like the idea that influencers get their bottles for free and we have to pay for them. I don't like that. I just don't like that sort of thing. Good evening, Arseth Almeida. How are you? I hope you are well. How is Little Leaks on Crane to go? Somebody needs to get a hold of a bottle. Have you smelled Ambre Sauvage by Annick Goutal? No, I haven't. How would you compare it to Ambre Fetiche? It's got a mountain to climb to be better than Ambre Fetiche. This is an absolutely sensational amber fragrance. Whoa. Sticky, fresh, clean, resinous, thick, deep. It's an amazing amber. Absolutely amazing. A little bit smoky. It's got like incense in it. It's got like vanilla. Ambery as all fuck. Benzoine. You know? What's that other one that begins with an S? It's like a resin, but it gives this kind of woody, like balsamic. It begins with an S, not sablers. It's an ingredient. It's beautiful, this though. You only become an influencer if other people pay for you. Yep. I wish Robes Away would comment on the state of Fragcom in some of his videos, says Mike. Yeah, he never says anything about it. Isn't Avitus an influencer brand? Completely. Fragrance Bois has plenty of good to great fragrances, but the blend and quality tends to be average and performance is abysmal almost universally, says Divine. I was that way with Habit Rouge Privé. Oh, I didn't like that. First sniff made me gag, now it's a big love. Perhaps deep down we're all enthralled with what disgusts us. That's not a bad shout, actually, Scott. Have you seen the trailer for Jeremy Fragrance's trailer? For his trailer? A trailer for his show? No, and I don't know that I want to. It'll be interesting to see if he's still going on that shtick that he's been going on YouTube. It makes a lot of sense why he deleted loads of his videos a while ago now, because he's got to go on the TV, that he's going on real television, which is what he's always wanted. That's been his game, hasn't it? You know? I'm this close to pulling the trigger on Amber Fetiche, but vintage is around $200 right now on eBay. Well worth $200. If you like amber, if you like smoky, excuse me. Have you seen the trailer for his show? I haven't, honestly. I don't want to. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if he behaves on his show and in public the way that he's been behaving on YouTube, to see if it's shtick or to see if it's like, if he's actually gone fucking bonkers. Because there's another way of thinking about it, is that like fucking mental patter sells now. If you are a bit crazy, that sells, that does well, but it's not something I want to get involved in, because that you're hot shotting it, you're making it look as though you're really successful, really like fucking, but it's very short term. There's no long term sort of success in that. It's celeb culture, you know. It's talentless. It's madness. It's not gonna last. Styrax, well said, Juro. Thank you. In USD, up to how much would you pay for a bottle of Hermes's Bellamy Vetiver? I'm not an expert on Bellamy Vetiver, Mr. Moncton. Apologies. There will be others out there. If Eugene was here, he'd be able to give you. I mean, you could pay retail for it. That's a pretty fair price. I don't know if it's discontinued though. Can't remember. I see you're Russian tea. Yes, I am Russian tea. Have you tried Mandela? Yes, but I can't remember it. And you're not helping. I'm buying it for sure. Like 200 US for this. You'll pay a lot more for a lot worse fragrances. Is it in this bottle? I would buy that. I would pay that for it. I've got another bottle of this in the butterfly bottle, and it's a beautiful presentation, but you have to decant it, and I would love another backup of it. Same with Encens Flamboyant and Meuardont. Somebody's trying to sell a bottle of Meuardont for €450, aren't they, Pradeep? Is that still available? Not that I'm going to buy it for that, but is it still available? Is Dior Addict worth trying? Yes, it is. Or Jen will be able to help you with that. I am well, thank you, Mitch. Hope you are well too. I am. I'm feeling all right. Yeah, I feel all right. Sent to the Overture from Amouage, Smiling Frag. That's a nice way to describe a fragrance, a smiling fragrance. What about Amber Absolute? You have a grail in your collection and never talk about it. I'm still getting to know it. I described it as being tobacco oud, without tobacco and without oud. And that's kind of what it is. It's got that amber, spicy structure without the billowy, verbose tobacco oud patchouli thing that's going on in tobacco oud. Has anyone tried Voyages Imaginaires by Goutal Creators? Goutal Creators? Jeremy, I want to dunk as a blonde now. High five, guys. Yeah, Jeremy did want fame, and fame in and of itself should not be the end. Should be the means to an end. Thoughts on Red Bottle Amber Prosciutto? I've got Red Bottle Amber Prosciutto, and it's really good. It's complex and you need time with it. I thought it was just a vanilla fragrance, but there's so much more to it. Jeremy will be great on Celebrity Deathmatch. If he lost. No, I'm not saying if he lost. I'm not saying that. Eugene loves Bellamy Vetiver. I really want to try it, says Carl. Bellamy Vetiver is discontinued. Bellamy Vetiver is amazing. Equipage Uranium is gone. Mandela is one of those instant scrub-offs, says Juro. Still on the Hermes site, says Carl. Amber Fetiche 390, Myrrh 290. What, for 50 mil or for 100 mil? Oh, you mean the newer bottles are just as good as the square bottles for Amber Fetiche? Pass. Haven't smelled the newer ones. I'd love to get my nose on Myrrh or Don't just based on your comments, but I'm a mega fat amber resinous smoky kick at the moment. So, yeah, so am I, actually. Have you got the Amber Prosciutto with the cushion, though? No, I don't. You know I don't. Good day to you, Lord Duttingham. Hello. You were wearing Villaresi amber, decent ambergris. Trip. Welcome, Kitchy K. I must go and dehydrate. I'll be back in a minute. Please, talk amongst yourselves. I have returned, my friend. I am back. Wow, I've got a dry mouth. Oh, whoa, everybody bailed by the looks of it. Not to worry. Okay, let's have a look. I paid $80 for my vintage Amber Fetish a few years ago, says James. Yeah, I know. It's, those prices are gone, I'm afraid. Dodge the flying bacon, Bob. You hear him grunt in the back? Grunt? That was me just standing up or turning around. I make those noises. I make those noises all the time. I see peeps like Eugene or George Z doing Bellamy Veteran, giving huge presents. Here's Bob. Western News says Bellamy Veteran is still for sale on Latino for £118.30. But how much is it retail? Butterfly bottles, says Nine Churches. I'll have to look it up. I thought you were talking about the newer style bottles for Anacutal. I will show you. No, I won't show you because it would involve me moving the camera and doing all sorts of mad shit. Still here, says Scott, just making a cup of tea. I hope you enjoy your cup of tea. I've had many cups of tea. There are only about 4 cups of tea today. I walked into my work office after a bathroom break and said, I have returned to you, friends. They all looked at me funny. The fucking ungrateful swines. Black Friday in 1 month. Wallets out, lads. Aye, nah. Dear me. I must admit, I'm not a big Black Friday, enjoyer, if I'm honest. I try not to get sucked into that shit. You know? More of a Boxing Day enjoyer. I've actually got would you believe I've got a physio appointment 3 days after Christmas this year? That physio's fucking loving me for that. Michael Cologne did a first impression of Encre Indigo yesterday. I just found out. I do not have the same taste as him at all, but he really likes what he likes. Yes, if you're going to like something, you should really like it. You know, don't be half-arsed. Get amongst it. I don't know why I have put this fragrance at the front. This is a winter fragrance all day long. Francis Curtijon's Oud Satin Mood. It's very, it strikes me as being a purple fragrance. Vanillic, purple rose. Interesting, verbose. Let's see if we can't find a picture of the Amber Fetish. Boule Papillon. Here's the bottle. Are you ready? There it is. That's the bottle. Got butterflies on it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of thing. It's a beautiful piece of work. But it's a splash. So I'm going to have to decant this motherfucker to use it. It's gorgeous though. So there you have it. I am on the, what's it called? I'm on Parfumo. I have a picture of a duck. Of course. Let me see. If you want to contact me, I am Rich Mitch, all one word. There I am. Some people have already contacted me. It asked me, update your status. So I said, quack. And that is my status, friends. And I'm sticking to it. Are you smoking quack? Possibly. Oof, I want to wear this soon. I really, really do want to wear this the night. This cost me nearly £100 this, I think it was about 80 quid for 5 mil. That's obscene. And then I lost it. Thank fuck I found it again. My God. Imagine the pain of losing a fragrance that expensive. I like to smell the satin mood from the cap sometimes, but never to wear. My 5 mil is enough for me. Yes. I do that a lot with some perfumes. I'm like, oh, I'll smell you from the cap. I like to have you around just to smell you, but do I want to wear you? Probably not. Do I want to smell like that? No. No, I don't. Fucking, do I feel like that about Venetia? Oh my god. I really need to wear this. This is one of the best vanillas there is. Look at the colour that's gone. That is like honey, dark, dehydrated piss. Oh my god, I've just spilled loads of water on myself. What a pillock. Excuse me whilst I put that there. Should help the camera focus. Oh god, I've never seen that, says Nine Churches. Oh, that's a nice bottle, says Carl. Yeah, it does look nice, but you know what? I kind of like the square bottles. They look very classy. Yeah, I like the square bottles because it's a sprayer as well. I like this. Oh, fuck. This is more utilitarian. It's more kind of me. You know, the overly pretty stuff. I'm not overly pretty. You know, I'm more kind of big and rugged and that kind of thing. I smell like what Lone Star no, I look like what Lone Star Memory smells like. I'm not overly pretty, says Divine. Rich, what do you think of Oud Cashmere Mood? I wanted to buy that, and then it was not available anymore, so I didn't. Which I'm kind of glad about. They had one bottle left, and I was like, I'll buy it. And then someone else bought it, and I was like, oh, well. I've sort of not spent 200 quid there. To where I prefer Venezia to Mitzi. Mitzi? Mitza? As an Ambry Sheepra. James says, I'm back to really liking Gucci Envy. I've flip-flopped so many times on this stuff. I know, I get what you're saying. I don't think it's worth the aftermarket prices, not at all. I've got 250 mils. I've got a sample of Venetia and it's nice, but I don't think I would wear it over Shalimar. I'm not a huge fan of Shalimar, if I'm honest, and I really wanted to be for the longest time. I really wanted to like Shalimar, but bit shite. No, sorry, that's not right. Just not too much labdanum. I like labdanum in a fragrance, but I don't like it when it's the star of the show. You know, labdanum as the star of the show is a bit overbearing. It's too much. You know, Chanel reformulating their sheep res. Well, they'll have to, won't they, to come into alignment. You know, otherwise they'll fall foul. They'll fall foul of regulation. You know. Shalimar shite, Rich Mitch says, John. Yeah, I've been caught there, haven't I? That's just me and my predilection for calling things that I don't like shite when they're not necessarily shite. I just keep saying they're shite. Rich, last time I heard of your vintage Fahrenheit score, you were going to confer with your frag bros, Greggy boy. Any updates? What do you mean? Update on how fucking fantastic it is. It is fantastic. The vintage Fahrenheit I've got, absolutely sensational. It's back there behind Amber Absolute. It's hiding. It's 50ml. I think the vintage is like, I force myself to put fragrances into categories. There is strictly spring, strictly summer, strictly autumn, strictly winter. And then above that, there are fragrances which can fit into either spring and summer or autumn and winter. And then above that, there is a few fragrances which can go year round, right? They are rare in my collection. I can tell you. I mean, out of a collection of 300 plus, I would say taking the Serge Lutens out, because I wear them whenever I like. They rules don't apply to Serge Lutens in my collection. In my collection, I would say, pardon me, dear Barbara, the water's trying to escape. 15, maybe. So like maybe 5% of the fragrances, maybe. Probably not even that many that I say could be worn year round. Fahrenheit is not one of them. I put Fahrenheit into winter, the vintage Fahrenheit, because of how oily it is, because of how it performs really well in the heat. Actually, it smells like somebody at the end of the day, like a mechanic at the end of a day with the sun setting in the summer, like after having worked on that car at home or something. Like when the sunsets are really long and like there's a red orange sky and it takes ages for the sun to set, that kind, and like you see the mirage on the horizon. It's got that kind of vibe to it in the summer. But for me, I wear it in the winter because of that smoke, the violet, the darkness, the leather, you know. It's completely arbitrary, that, by the way. There is absolutely no requirement on anybody else in the world to put that fragrance into that category. It's your perfume collection. You do what you like with it. But then, by the same token, this is my perfume collection, and I'll do what I like with it. Doesn't make any sense. I'm just trying to show my working, if you will. Fuck the people, Rich Mitch. Absolutely fuck the people. Do you know what I mean? Shalimar is too much granny. I kind of tend to agree. I do agree. Nine Churches, it's a sensational name, that. I still love it. I've got a bottle of Parfum de Toilette Shalimar on the way and I'm buzzing about it. Haha. To me, vintage Shalimar is smoky. Like, I get big incense, but maybe it's just me. Do I remember incense from it? Pass. I'd have to smell it again, and I don't want to. Aren't Chanel reissuing Cristal soon, says Peter Kokorin. They have got a new version which is coming out this year. And somebody sent us a picture, I think it was Pradeep. They have put Chanel in number 5 bottles. I think it was Pradeep as well, because we were talking about it earlier. Generic channel name says, I'm surprised you like Venetia but dislike Shalimar. It's a strange one, isn't it? There's no accounting for taste. I can't justify it to you. There's absolutely no rhyme nor reason to it. I just like the way Venetia smells, and I don't like the way Shalimar smells. There isn't that much else to it, like. Whoa. This is going to get worn soon, this. It's got a freshness to it. It's not as thick and lumpy as Shalimar. It's got that Creed, fresh, kind of vintage, fresh sort of Creed thing. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I do beg your pardon. Ooh. I've taken all these tablets and forgot one. How silly. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a confession to make. This entire time I've been talking to you, I've been burning a candle. And it is my amber candle from Diptyque. And there is a considerable tunnel going on. So we will have to fucking unfuck this candle post haste. I can tell you. On you go. There it is. Sorry about that. Like some kind of vintage Doctor Who prop. You know what I mean? Star of the Show would be a great name for a labdanum fragrance. It's not a bad shout. Envy is special. Signature to secret weapon source. Love it, says Bob. Balenciaga Pour Homme being one. No, Balenciaga Pour Homme is not a year-round fragrance for me. One of the reasons I put it in the autumn-winter collection is not just because of how deep and how complex and how rich it is, but also because I like to have a bit of self-denial You know, Balenciaga Pour Homme is like, when I put that away, right? When I put Balenciaga Pour Homme away, oh, it's so fucking good. When I put it away for 6 months, I miss it. And then when I pull it out again, I fucking love it. Keeps it fresh. You know what I mean? Beavis Bonce, welcome to you. How you doing? Eugene B. writing a poem describing his love for Shalimar just for the duck to answer that it's a bit shite. That it, it would read off this like really long, sweet, intricate poem describing his feelings, and then you would just hear a voice from the darkness just go, shite, at the end. Sorry about that. Oh. If Shalimar EDP isn't your thing, but you do like the vanilla incense note, I would recommend EDC instead. Not as labdanum heavy, very easy wear for anyone. That's not a bad call, actually. I would try that. I would try it. Rich, what kind of mood or character had Mitsuko inspired when you wore it? Believe it or not, I've never smelled it before. Mitsuko's got this kind of breathy sort of thing going on. Is it over here? I've got a vintage Mitsuko, right? You'll have to believe it. All right, that is my vintage Mitsuko. Is it the Parfum de Toilette or is it just the straight up Eau de Toilette? If Anuja was here, he'd be able to tell us. This is the Eau de Toilette, and I think it's really good. But this is the one with the peach and the undergrowth, isn't it? I get a kind of breathiness from it. There's a breath in here, you know? Not necessarily in a good way. But somebody else made the comment earlier on, do we gradually become subliminally like the stuff we hate at first glance, and then we like it disgusts us, and then we like are drawn to it over time? It's got that kind of vibe to it, and then addicted to it. Vintage Mitsuko is the only way to go. Well, Peter, I've got a vintage bottle here, about 90, well, we'll say fucking 80 mil. I don't know. I'd want to keep it just to know it. But oh, that is fire. Ooh. Thank you, Duck, says Divine. Yo. Popping Percocet. No, actually, it's a heart thing medication. I really need to get a fucking cross trainer. I need to start getting my heart rate up. I've actually lost quite a lot of weight. Would you believe? Doing fuck all. I just need to I need to get some exercise in. I need to start doing it, because if I don't, I'm going to die in my 40s or 50s from a fucking massive heart attack. Like, it's really disgusting, because I've done fuck all for the last 10 years. It's outrageous. Why is YouTube pushing absolute garbage in their shorts? Do they think everyone is 12 years old? Yes. Yes, they are. Because, I mean, just don't watch them. It's probably the best way to go. If Rich had a fragrance, it would be called Candle Fetiche. It's not a bad shout. Wearing mustache EDP, it's a stunner. Have you tried? Not the EDP. Will you try 1 million gold nude? No. I mean, if it's there, if I see it somewhere around, but isn't it a Middle Eastern exclusive? If I find it somewhere, then I might try it and see how it is, just for shits and giggles, you know. But sorry, but I ain't gonna be buying that. I have completely lost faith in modern designer perfumes. Just completely lost faith in them. It would be an act of masochism. You know what I mean? Carl, Eugene is currently writing a lengthy romantic poem about Heaven Can Wait. I think he's not even writing it. It's just like it's like he's just living it. You know what I mean? Saw his video the other day. He was fucking loving it. I have a backup bottle of it, says Regis. Of Mustache EDP. Regis says to Beavis, I have a backup bottle of it and I don't wear it more often. Wear the perfumes you love. Best cheapy for yonks, says Beavis. I used to be overweight. Losing weight is easy, but in your case, it's obviously different because it's not entirely driven by willpower. The problem I've got is that with the condition I've got, exercise is at best extremely difficult because it's not just the pain, it's the fatigue. I can wake up in the morning, right? And mornings are always the worst time. I don't want to go on about complaining about, I've gone on ad nauseum about the state of me bloody health, but wake up in the morning and I can be like, right, I'm going to be able to shake this stiffness to get morning stiffness. It's like the opposite of normal arthritis. My arthritis, like my physical state stiffness gets better throughout the day, whereas normal arthritis gets worse. So in the mornings are my worst time. Excuse me. So it takes us a couple of hours after waking up to get out of bed, at least a couple of hours. That's on a good day. The stiffness is one of the worst fucking symptoms that I get. It's not the same for everybody. And then I can tell before I get out of bed whether I'm going to be able to fucking walk up and down the stairs every day. Some days it's just not happening, whether you want it to or not. It's not easy. But then there are other days where it's like, well, I feel like reasonable. You know what I mean? I feel like I could probably go for a walk. You know what I mean? But there could be like inclement weather. It's hard to find somewhere flat. You know, if I go for a walk, what happens if something happens to us once I get halfway to where I'm going? I'm going to be stuck because I won't be able to get fucking back. So the idea is get a cross trainer. I'll be in the house. The worst thing I've got to do is crawl back into me bed. You know what I mean? That's kind of like me thinking. But I want to do it. I've saved up. I'm saving up for one. Because you can get some fucking I'll tell you what it is. The price them things fucking go for. Dear Barbara. You can spend thousands. And I can't go to the gym for the same reason. I wouldn't mind being able to swim. Go for swimming. You know, but I'd like to do some prep before I do that. I'd like to lose a bit more weight. Get a little bit fitter. So I don't just flop into the water and then I can't even wiggle my tail and fucking move along. Imagine a duck that can't swim. Fuck that. I will not be the duck that can't swim. So we will get there. We will get there. Don't worry. Not a little overweight either, talking 130 kilograms plus. I was at my worst. Let's have a look. There was a time when I was younger when I was... Let's have a look. 23 stone a kilogram. So I was 146 kilograms at one point. At this point in time, right, I am... I'm 112 at this point in time. And that's still a lot. That is in pounds for the Americans watching. That is... No, that's not bloody right. Sorry. In pounds... 247 pounds. You know? It's not that bad. Like I say, I've been a lot worse. I was over 300 pounds at one point. Well over. That was my heaviest though, which is shameful. I mean, it really is very bad. But here we are. At least I'm not there anymore. I'm in a better place. Speaking of Amber, Heaven Can Wait is really up there for Eugene, yes. I wonder where it is in his Frederick Mall ranking. I think he said he was going to do a stream on Monday. Samoan Duck. Yes, I would like to hear that, actually. I think Eugene could do a Frederick Mall ranking, you know? That'll be a good video. I'd watch that. Speaking of amber, I've also got an old style square bottle of Towers Lady Doesn't Matter Cane on the way. I can't wait for that, says Nine Churches. Have you got a more modern one? I know that I don't think he's ever reformulated them. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but I've heard people who have got the old ones and I've heard people who've got the new ones, and the only difference is the aging of the perfume in the bottle. I've heard that, like, there's no kind of, like, material difference, if that makes sense. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Max 40 really seemed to enjoy it. Oh, well, fuck, that must be shit. Max 40 enjoys a lot of things. Yes, he does. Oh, dear. Max 40 enjoys hell can wait. Except paying for frat. Yeah, he doesn't enjoy that, does he? Regis Monkton says, bike riding and napping might be good for your condition. Either way, good luck to you. Thank you, Regis. I appreciate it. Bike riding is out, unfortunately, because of my hip. But cross trainer is the alternative, which is good for my hip. Because it's no impact and I don't have to sit on anything. So I can just stand, and it's like running on the spot, really, isn't it, you know? What I need is an Olympic-sized swimming pool in the back garden. Not that it would fit, but, you know. Couldn't you get a selfie stick and do walk and talk? I'd be absolutely mortified if I was out walking and talking to you on stream, right? And then just me hip or me back went, and I was just like standing there or lying there streaming as I was like, ow, I can't move. And everyone would be like, oh my God, someone called the police. You know what I mean? You seem to be on the right track, Doc. The fatigue thing must be a bitch. I have just started a new biologic medication called the Etanercept, and fingers crossed it will help with the fatigue and the stiffness and the pain, and we will be able to push forward. It's about time. Let's have a look what's going on under here. So yes, I agree. I am on the right track. Thank you, Carl. What's happening in here? Ooh, naughty. I might have to do a bit of surgery here, friends, because I won't be leaving this candle on after the stream is finished, I can tell you. I need a kniff. One moment, please. There it is. Do. I'm going to have to move this to the side. Scent of the Night is in Garo 2. Nice. Triplet giving Mike Valentino a run for his money. Very fancy, Keith. I think I'm a dumbass for wearing 2 sprays of any Hermes essence, to be honest. Why? Doug, where do you source your tinfoil? It's a bit thin. Thin foil. It's probably just, I mean, my mother gets it, to be honest. She's the one who uses it. Come around there. I'm scratching this candle to bits. Sorry, candle. I usually give my candle, like, these holders to my friend. She, like the jars, not the wax. Oh no. Oh, you twat. I just put it out, haven't I? Oh, shit. Where's the light at? That is unwise, my friends. That is unwise. There it is. I do not have a sample of the newer bottle, but I went through it. There's obviously barely any left to make a comparison. That's a shame. See if you can get another one. Paul Parfemo, welcome. You are wearing Iris Cendre. Lovely. I thought about wearing that today because it was raining, and it's a very rainy weather fragrance. Generic channel name says, here in the US, people always give away exercise equipment. Oh my God. Maybe I should go to the US and get some free exercise equipment. Why do they give it away? Because they just don't use it. Why would you give it away? I bet it's expensive as fuck as well over there. Probably more expensive in Britain because like everything's a rip off in this country. Burke. Halloween, the one night of the year. Max 40 can leave the house without wearing a costume. Very good. What type of doctor are you? A candle surgeon? Oh, carry on. What other Maison Crivellis do you like? I only like the patchouli magnetic, if I'm honest. I had Iris Malacan and I thought it was fucking... I thought the top, to me, it reminded us of Sultan Vetiver because Sultan Vetiver, it started beautifully and then it just descended into amberwood hell. You know what I mean? Which was very, very upsetting. Because the iris at the top was beautiful. Bought a bottle of it, had a bottle of it, ended up selling it to someone. I was like, please enjoy, but keep the fuck away from me, you know? Or they just put it on the curb. What, for someone to just come along and have? Fuck's sake, the candle's gone out again. Why is this happening, friends? There it is. The wick of this candle's well off to the side. Let's see. It's true, you can find discarded exercise bikes and rowing machines out on the sidewalk in the US. We're good at New Year's resolutions. Follow through, not so much. Yeah, I kind of get that. I think that's true of a lot of us, to be honest. I don't think people in this country would just discard that stuff, though, because we're too tight, to be honest. Do you like Ganymede? No, too much, too strong. I appreciate the artistry of it, the fact that it's very different from most other perfume houses. I appreciate the fact that it's different from most other perfumes, modern releases from perfume houses. I do appreciate that, but I don't like the actual scent because I think it is too metallic and it's a little bit weird and mineralic for me. But I appreciate the fact that it's trying to do something different. I respect it massively as a perfume. It's not like YSL Myself, which is just complete dog shit. It's not like Dior Homme 2020, which is just complete shit. You know what I mean? Do the sports books in the UK offer betting on every pro cycling event? The sports books in the USA don't have most cycling events because it's so corrupt. Cycling is so corrupt. I don't know. I don't gamble. The football team I support, Newcastle, has just had a player suspended for 10 months for gambling, reduced from 18 months because he agreed to come out and do sports betting education for young players, and he agreed to also, he said he admitted he was a gambling addict and he's gone to therapy. So they've suspended 8 months of the sentence, but he can't play. He's only 23. So he can't play for 10 months. That's like until, it's like August next year. Upsetting for him. We just paid 55 million quid for him as well. Good grief. At least we're not paying his wages during that time though, so he's lost out on like £13 million wages, you know what I mean? Or something akin to that. It's a fucking painful lesson to learn that. But I don't like gambling. I used to gamble when I was younger. It's the type of thing that gets a hold of you. A very insidious thing because it's legal. It's like alcoholism, you know. Have you smelled Metro Parfumi Elegante's Queer Fetiche? Is it on the sample pack you're going through currently? I hope so. No, it isn't, because it's a more modern one, I believe. But I would like to smell it. I've got some modern samples somewhere deep inside my sample pack, somewhere deep in my sample hoard, right? There are some modern Metro Parfumi Elegante fragrances. And I'm sure Queer Fetiche is in there. Ganymede is amazingly creative, although you need to stop putting his Aki girl in everything. Is the wick hanging to the left or the right? Well, it depends. It's a round candle, isn't it? Depends which way you've got it turned. Even if we ignore Aki Gala, Bish constantly takes X creation and just remasters it time after time. Guarantee if Duck smelled Amouage guidance, he'd find it similar to Patchouli Magnetique. That's interesting. I like Ganymede. People have a hard time copying it too. I like Ganymede. People have a hard time copying it too. Just people have to hard copy Oud Satin Mood in a way. Quentin Biche and Francis Curtis did good there. I don't like clones. I understand the need for clones. I understand the clamour and why everybody wants clones, because perfume designer houses have completely shit the bed as far as the pricing is concerned. It's absolutely ridiculous. So it's just ugh. Divine, yes, mate. He'd be cashing that captive molecule money. Yeah, I bet he makes a fortune on Aki Gala would. Good lord. I beg your pardon. Deep in your what? Deep in my sample hoard. How do you feel inside yourself, says B response. Well, in me hip, I'm in fucking agony at the minute because I'm sitting on it. I spent 2 hours during the stream sitting in this chair, and it absolutely destroys me back in my hip. But I do it because I love it, and I love talking to you and streaming. You know what I mean? How do I feel inside myself? Tired. Sore. But I'm quite happy because I get to talk to, because I'm streaming at the minute, you know. I get to chat with the people. Tomorrow is Fragrance Rotation Day, so I'm slightly excited about that. Excuse me. I'll be going to bed after this. I'll be talking to some friends after I've streamed. Talking about perfume. I do a little bit of research. I'm enjoying researching. Might sample some perfumes. Researching some. I'm quite enjoying learning about watches. I also have learned from my perfume habit not to just go out and buy things that I like the look of at first sight. So, my goodness me, you are absolutely lovely, aren't you? I can't believe I haven't used more of that. I've only used it with fucking 10 mil. I've had it for years. I wouldn't care, I've got a backup as well. I was scared when he put his prices up. I thought he'd reformulated them, but he hasn't. Amouage brought back a lot of fragrances which people thought were discontinued. But do you think that they'll bring back Bracken Man? I am not an expert on Amouage at all. You know? I'm just not. It is not my sphere of expertise. Oh no. So I don't know. Possibly. I've only got 2 Amouages. You would think I'd love Amouage as a fragrance house, but I don't. Does a combination of Annie and Aventus sound interesting to you, Duck? No. Extra hour of paint tonight. Clocks go back, says Beaver Spawns. Yes. But then there will be an hour less in future when the clocks spring forward. So that is a boon, isn't it? Are you subscribed to Nay magazine? No, but I did buy one of their perfumes. I actually got one of their bloody magazines and it was in French and I was like, oh, you pillock. Just waiting for Jubilation 40 and Dia 40. Jubilation 40 could end up being release of the year. I'm interested to smell that, and I'm interested to smell Dia 40 as well, because they're the 2 that I own. I've got a Jubilation 25 and I have got a Dia Man, and I think they're both great. Jubilation 25 is sensational. Which Amouages are brought back, says Aperol Spritz. Welcome, Aperol Spritz. Don Paris is a winner. I may need a small bottle, says Bob. Amouage the Paradox, says Brody. The scent profiles are up my alley, yet I'm not really into them. Exactly how I feel. Exactly how I feel. I should love them all, and yet I don't. Beauty of Scent, welcome. Are you a big fan of Tower perfumes? I am a big fan of Tower perfumes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 Tower. I have L'air du Désert, Maroccan. I have Lone Star Memories, which could be the best of the bunch. I have Incense Rose. I have Au Cours du Désert. And I have Lonesome Rider, one of the rarest. That is not an easy perfume to find. Only what doesn't wearing clones feel like wearing fake labels? Should do. I don't know. I don't have any clones. And I don't think I ever will. I'd rather just go without, if I'm being honest. How is L'air des Alpes Suisse? Boring, I thought. I do wonder if these are just them getting rid of what's left, says DJ. Because I know they were literally destroying shit that didn't sell. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what Chanel do as well. They genuinely destroy perfumes that don't sell. They just take them back, and so to keep the fidelity of their perfumes, they destroy the shit that doesn't sell. Okay. Both imitations, both myths, for example, says Regis. Current Jubilee performance is so trash that you get a better performing dupe from Fragrance to what? Yep. That's a major problem as well. The prices have gone up and the quality's gone down. Audrey Jane was in here before, and I mean, it's something Super Jacob's been talking about as well with the Chanel bags. Seems to be the whole shtick in these luxury goods these days. The quality is absolutely shit, but the prices are absolutely mad. Completely out of like kilter, totally. Amouage current stock in Neiman smell pathetically watered down, says Bob. Yep. Rose Shipra is my favourite tower next to the Lone Star, says Tripler. Jubilation 2500ml is now €345. 50ml is 250. You can get 100ml of Fragrance Du Bois New York Intense for €275. And Fragrance Du Bois has a 24/7, 365 days a year, 10% code too, while Amouage has 0 discounts ever. You used to be able to get Amouages on the set on like Notino discounters and stuff like that. Those days are over. You used to be able to get Creed. I paid £140 for my 125ml bottles of the Creeds I bought years ago. Green Irish Tweed. I got a backup. Got a couple of backups. Got a couple of Himalayas. Got a couple of fucking couple of Green Irish Tweed. I've sold most of the rest of the backups that I've got. Well, the price to quality ratio for almost every Luxe brand has always been off, says DJ. You're paying for the label. The only main brand, Stream Luxe, that does the leather well is overpriced. Still overpriced as Hermes. Trading on names, Achem Mugler. Mugler's finished. Mugler is absolutely finished. Absolutely finished. Divine says, Bob, definitely depends on what you're smelling. Enclave, Royal Tobacco, stuff like that is still popping. It's the vintage Amouages that aren't really nuclear anymore. Max Aroma still sells flacons of Creed. KM says, depends on your region. I can still find Amouage for good prices, says KM. What region are you in? It's to do with them suing the discounters. I remember when Chanel shut down Latino in North America. That was the beginning of like the price hikes of all these different companies, you know. If you remember that, Latino was gone one day. I remember Ashton talking about it. I remember shitting myself thinking it was going to happen in Europe as well, or Britain anyway. Oh, very bitter that. It's a Bac Rouge. Imagine a bitter. Are you actually going to do what I ask? I seriously doubt you're going to do what I ask. Absolutely I do. Behave. By God, behave. Let's see if that works. I doubt it will, but it might. Tino has 150ml of Gucci Guilty Absolute. Yeah, but how much is it? I paid 53 quid for my 150ml bottles of Gucci Guilty Absolute. They go for like near 100 quid now. You can find Amouage 100ml, 180 to 210. Still a discounters here in Europe too. I was talking about directly from their site and full prices for the sake of comparing. Yeah. Divine, I mainly judged it by spraying 25 and reflection. The two I am very familiar with. My Opus 6, forget it. I doubt they can maintain that quality. I found a Cosme Safari for $27 last week. Screw these brands, says Tripler. That is a bargain. Absolutely it is. So I'm just trying to get this wax to set. in a certain way. I live in the Benelux. Can get most amouages below €200, Figment for 140, etc. That is a bargain. Those are among the two that I know. Poor now, says Divine. It was so obvious. Notino was lovely. Bought 150ml Habit Rouge for €69. That's a good price as well. Vintage amouage can be had for less than half full retail, so indeed KM is right. I.e. vintage shitty smelling amouage like Figment Myths. Rich, congratulations on your weight loss. I'm all for a duck that can swim. I'm for a duck that can swim as well. Thank you. Oh dear. Everybody make sure you put your clocks back tonight, if you are indeed that way inclined. 2 hours, time to exit. I'll be getting there. Not long now. I wasn't going to say anything, but there it is. You've taken up swimming. I'd like to, but not necessarily yet. We were talking about you earlier, Lily. Lily's now going to furiously go back through over the stream and see what we've been saying. I think I'll be doing a gaming stream tomorrow if you are so inclined, friends. Sunday night seems to be a good night for it. Don't mind your Santos backed upwards. Bad practice. I'll just leave it for an hour. I'll take it out, mate. What would be a good fragrance that could be easily got that smells like vintage Bois de Portugal from Creed? Oh! A vintage Bois de Portugal smelling fragrance. Not easy, that. Not easy, that, I can tell you. Oh. Rich will be giving Adam Peaty a run or swim for his money soon, says John. Bois de Portugal from Creed. You may want to try Lalique Pour Homme, the one with the lion on the bottle, or the horse. I can't remember which one's which. I don't think it matters. That smells like Bois de Portugal. Did you say something you shouldn't have? No. Parfums, Nikolai, New York, Intense isn't miles away from Bois de Portugal. Swimming would be great for us. I'd like to get back in the pool, but I would also like to build my fitness up before I tried. You know what I mean? Royal Oud or Bois de Portugal? Which one have you had to pick? Bois de Portugal. Boas de Portuguese. That is what I would wear. Oh dear me. I will put you back up there. I highly encourage you. You've got it. I am a duck, after all. The horse smells different. Get the lion, says KM. I see. Well, Elite Poor Arm, it's a reasonable price. I guess I could go for that one. You certainly could. Smells a lot like it at the top. What do I want to look for? Oh, fuck me. I was going to look for something there. I can't remember what it was. Ask the fragrance apprentice for vintage Bois de Portugal. He will give you a cheaper alternative, a clone, and a more niche option. He did used to work for Creed as well, so he knows. He knows what the crack is. He's been putting out a lot of content recently, thank God. Oh. Right, friends. That's it. That's it for tonight. I think I will bail. I think I will grab maybe something to eat. A banana sandwich, maybe. I'm a fan of a banana sandwich. And then after said banana sandwich, I will go to sleep. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for keeping me company. And I will see you all again soon. Goodbye.